Hello everyone, and welcome to the video companion for the Talking Time Let's Play of Heavensward, Final Fantasy XIV. I'm McDowell, and today we're tackling the level 57 MSQ dungeon, the Vault. The Vault is the seat of power in Ishgard. It contains the largest temple to Halone the Fury on Eorzea, and also serves as a place of residence for the Holy Archbishop. Similarly, it also serves as the base of operations for the Archbishop's personal guard, the 12-member Heavensward. The Knights of the Heavensward are handpicked by the Archbishop to serve in the same traditions as those 12 knights that formed the nation in the distant past. Although we now know that those traditions are steeped in deception by the ancestors of the current 4 great houses. Hence why the last leader of Ishgard to hold the title of King was Thordan I. Regardless, this trek through the inner sanctum of Ishgard's leadership will be treacherous. We are doing battle with a contingent of Temple Knights whose loyalty to Ishgard is greater than their loyalty to the Lord Commander Aimeric, who has been imprisoned by the Archbishop. It is regrettable that these men are losing their lives for a falsehood that is being perpetuated by Thordan. And here I remember that I need to eat food in order to gain more experience points. Passing through the cathedral and up to the dais, we come across our first challenge, Sir Adolfel Brightblade, one of the Heavensward. While he seems to melt pretty quickly to start, that's only a preamble, because once you get him to low health, he does an Arxis fighter-style burst ability and transforms. After transforming into a Dark Souls boss, he has a couple of abilities, most of which annoyingly cause him to zip away from the melee fighters. Holy Shield Bash, where he will dash to a target he marks with a pointer, stunning them and delivering a pair of heavy slashes. He also has another spell called Holiest of Holy, which will damage the whole party. And finally, he will start dashing the full diameter of the arena, leaving orbs that trail behind him. After a few seconds, these orbs will detonate. Then he will also smash down on the player after he has done the dashes. So that fight was weird. Adolfel turned into a giant, large knight-looking guy. I mean, it should go without saying that people don't just up transform like that. But where have we seen that kind of stuff in the past? Most obviously would be Isael and her transformation into Saint Shiva, but in addition, Leviathan's modus operandi with drowning his thralls is to overexpose them to his ethereal ether until they mutate into abominations. Could something similar be happening here? All told, given everything we've seen up to this point, various sides of the player's witness of the echo vision substance we've seen with Thordan, his ancestors' vassals' deception, Gracefulgear's truth, it's clear that Thordan and the Heavensward are up to no good. Much like the tribes of Eorzea, the Alamegan refugees, this whole situation smacks of Ascian influence. And honestly, since the first time we saw Thordan way back in an aside back in the ARR patch story, they've been teasing Ascian's meddling in Ishgard, La Habrea among them, because, as you'll recall, the last time we faced La Habrea was in the wreckage of the Praetorium back during Operation Archon. And there, we only managed to purge him from Thancred's body. The first major Ascian we killed outright was Nabrialus, with Moonbreeda's sacrifice. This dungeon aesthetic is a large, vaulted ceilings and regal Ishgardian architecture that reminds me of a large, old Catholic church. And that's no accident. A lot of JRPGs of the past have leaned on a large, organized religion equals bad trope. And while this game is no different, it at least tries to do something different with it. It's not faith and bigotry stemming from a bastardized interpretation of canon, but more so used as a tool to pacify the masses. Those who have power are very loath to give it up easily, after all. The second boss is our old friend, Sergrino the Bull, back for a rematch from the trial by combat. And much like Adolfil before him, he starts out fighting like any marauder humanoid enemy, but once we get him to low health, he will burst and transform again.
I will not yield to you!
His first major mechanic is a line AoE attack called Hyperdimensional Slash, which places an ethereal tear on the wall. We'll do this twice, and then use Faith Unmoving, which pushes all players away from Rino. This can be mitigated by arm's length and Surecast, but the danger is getting pushed into one of those ethereal tears, causing painful damage over time if they're near the tear. His other major mechanic is Dimensional Rift, which does an unusual hit pattern on the floor. Just stay out of the red spaces on the floor and you're good to go. Truth be told, we don't get a whole lot of face time with all 12 members of the Heavensward. Satsensui has only met a few of their number. First, the aforementioned Sir Grinno the Bull, who fought her and Alphino in the latter's trial by combat, alongside Sir Polakun Coldfire, who fought with a lance. Shortly thereafter, she met Sir Zephyrin the Just when the Archbishop summoned her for an audience. Sir Charibert the Stern is the former Inquisitor who challenged Satsensui and Hilda in the Forgotten Night. Other than that, the others have yet to make their appearances. It would be one thing to get to know these fellows a bit more, but that's 12 extra characters to deal with, and, spoiler alert, none of the Heavensward will be making out of this expansion alive. As for how the trash packs go, there isn't a whole lot to write home about, but there is one very obnoxious exception. This jerkwad right here. He can't be killed, stunned, or interrupted, and will conjure 4 gargoyles. It's not that it's difficult or anything, it's more the gall of this one isolated jerk being hard-coded to make it take one. Though, I guess that is down to the environmental storytelling, as the Heavensward and these Temple Knights that are still loyal to them are tasked with slowing down Satsensui and company to allow the Archbishop to make his escape. Finally, we come up to the last boss, a rematch against Sir Charibert the Stern. Having proved that his unpowered form is insufficient in dealing with Satsensui, he dispenses with the preamble and transforms immediately. As a master of thaumaturgy, Charibert has a lot of powerful damaging magic at his disposal. Dark Knights would be wise to make use of Dark Mind here. I don't know if I'm that wise to do that kind of smart thing. His raid-wide attack is called Alter Pot. When he casts Holy Chain, he will tether 2 players together, and those 2 players need to move away from each other to break the tether, otherwise they'll take some explosive damage. They'll conjure a row of chest-like knights that will march straight from north to south, so you want to point the camera so that you can see the north, so you know where to avoid. I don't do that, and I just got lucky there. Anyone stumped by the knights will be hit with slow, and I should need to tell you by now how annoying slow is on any class. At around half health, Shadowbear will put a barrier around himself, conjure 8 holy flame spheres. Everyone should work to destroy the spheres quickly, as when he casts again, every sphere left up will detonate, making the pain at 9 lethal. Also, the knights will fire beams randomly about. After all of the balls are down, it will return to his normal attack pattern, just throwing out more stuff. And hey look, I'm smart enough to point the camera in the right direction this time. Go me!
Sickness must be purged. Be gone with you! Sickness must be purged. Sickness must be purged.
That's going to do it for this video. The link to the full LP is in the description below, and I thank you very much for watching, and remember, a smile better suits a hero.